This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to a new YouTube video. Hope you guys are all doing well. I actually just got back from a pretty massive road trip to Montana. I mentioned this in a couple previous videos that I was going to be heading up there for a particular reason, and that's what this video is all about. So my friend Zach and I took a road trip all the way from LA to Montana, obviously making a few stops along the way. And I brought my Fuji GFX 100S with me, as well as the little Contax T3 that I've been shooting with a lot. And this video is going to be all about the photos with the Fuji camera. There's actually going to be a later video later this month talking about the T3 and what I've been up to shooting with that camera. But first and foremost, this road trip. So we started out driving to Monument Valley, which is one of my favorite places to go shoot. I haven't been there in several years. It's this beautiful area in northeastern Arizona, right on the border of Utah. And I've been there quite a bit, especially when I used to live in Salt Lake. I would go to this place a lot. It's beautiful. It's on Navajo reservation, so there's kind of just a specific area that you can go that's open to the public. And we went there, shot some photos at sunset, decided to stay the night before we headed out the next morning, and sunrise was absolutely incredible. It was a little cold this time of year, so we decided not to camp really at all on this trip. We just stayed in cheap hotels the whole time, and this hotel happened to be the best of them all. We had a beautiful view of Monument Valley at sunrise. We made some coffee, and the photos, I think, speak for themselves. This was a pretty incredible spot to watch sunrise. Later that morning, we actually got to drive through the valley, which was beautiful, all the way down deep into the valley behind all these beautiful red rocks that were really just kind of towering over the landscape, made for some beautiful photo opportunities. Kind of wish we got there a little bit early in the morning just because the sun was already pretty bright, but overall, beautiful spot. And after that, we headed north to Idaho. Now, I didn't shoot much on the drive to Idaho. We were just kind of driving all day. It was about a 10-hour drive. We stopped in Salt Lake for a little bit. But other than that, it was a pretty seamless drive. It took about 12 hours to get to Rexburg, Idaho, where we stayed the night. And woke up the next morning, and this is where stuff got really beautiful. We decided to take this really beautiful route through West Yellowstone and Big Sky, Montana, which was great. Shot a bit around there, nothing too crazy. The weather was getting pretty snowy, so we decided to just keep going. I had an install appointment at noon for my Gfc Rooftop Tent. Now, I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and I finally decided to pull the trigger back in December. The wait time was only about 6 weeks, so it wasn't too bad. And instead of having them ship it down to LA, I decided to make the drive up, which turned out to be a very fun idea. And we got up there, got the tent installed, and it looks great. I'm really happy with it. It's made out of machined aluminum and has this beautiful like honeycomb material that the tent is made of, so it's really high quality. It's made here in the USA, and that is kind of hard to find, especially in the rooftop tent scene. A lot of it is built overseas, and it's hard to get maintenance on it. And I was pretty excited when I found one that was actually local and, you know, within the United States. So I decided to pick one up. Now, I cannot wait to share with you guys what we're going to get up to with this tent. But essentially, I want to be able to be a lot more mobile, especially with this YouTube channel. I want to kind of bring you guys along on camping trips and photo adventures. And I think that's really where I see this channel going for the most part, is kind of going on a trip, coming back here, sharing with you guys what we got up to, and then, you know, going out and doing it again. And for me, I think this is what I've always wanted to do at heart. This is what I've really enjoyed doing throughout the years of taking photos. This is what makes me happy. This is what I really have a blast doing, and I want to share that with all of you guys. So stay tuned. The next couple months are going to be pretty fun. We're going to be camping a lot. We're going to be going on a lot of trips, and going to be just sharing with you guys the adventures that we have. Now, back to the trip. We actually spent the night in Montana once more and woke up the next morning, actually met up with my cousin, and he took us into Yellowstone, or at least part of Yellowstone that's open year round. There's only a very small portion of the park that's open this time of year just because of how much snow Yellowstone gets. Now, we were hoping to see some wildlife. Unfortunately, all we really saw was a couple bison. Was hoping to see a wolf or a bear or something like that, but I guess I'll have to come back at a later date. And Yellowstone was honestly a lot more beautiful than I expected it to be. The mountains were gorgeous, beautifully sunny day. We got to kind of hang out by the river, had some coffee. Beautiful day spent in Yellowstone. got some cool photos to share, and honestly was, again, a lot more pretty than I expected it to be. I haven't been to this part of Yellowstone before, so it was really fun to explore a new area. Now after this, we decided to hightail it back to Lake Tahoe, which is where I was dropping my friend Zach off at. And I shot around the lake a little bit, especially as I was leaving the following morning. Beautiful area. I definitely want to go back up there this summer. That's usually where I've spent the majority of my time in Tahoe, is in the summer. So it was cool to see it in the winter. Beautiful snow-capped mountains. There actually wasn't a ton of snow. I think they just got a huge snowstorm right as I left. But beautiful area, and the sun was shining, which made for some great photos. Last and certainly not least was the drive back down to LA. And again, this highway 395, which you guys have seen in several different videos now, is just a gorgeous drive, especially from Lake Tahoe to LA. You get to drive on the entire highway the whole way down. So just 7.5 hours of beautiful, pristine nature. And I got to drive through Mammoth, through Mono Lake, through a lot of northern Nevada, which was beautiful. Heading down into California, eventually stopping at Alabama Hills for sunset, which was nice. I wish I would have gotten there a little bit earlier, just because the sun already had kind of gone over the peaks. But other than that, beautiful drive. I was actually able to shoot some cool photos, especially in the northern part of 395. It was still early morning, and I got some really beautiful stuff there, which was fun. But overall, it was just, a nice, chill, solo drive back down to LA. Now, all in all, this was 3,100 miles, or just about. And it's a lot of miles, obviously, just to go essentially pick up a tent. But I had a free week, and my friend Zach was free as well. Thankful for him to have come out on this trip with me. We had a blast. What I'm most happy about with this trip is it really has kind of inspired me to continue to shoot more videos. I shot all this video myself, and it was really fun to kind of get back into that, shooting it on the Canon EOS R5. The footage turned out beautiful, and I'm really excited to continue shooting with this setup. Now, with all that being said, I think just going on a road trip in general is just going to put you in a great mood. I'm still kind of on a high from the road trip itself, and yeah, I had a fantastic time. Long drive, a lot of miles. Obviously in winter it makes it a little bit more difficult and a little less seamless versus going somewhere in the summer. So I'm very excited to head back to Montana in the summer and see what that looks like. I haven't actually really been there much in the summer, so I can't wait to go back out there and camp a bit, go hiking, hopefully some backpacking as well. And bring you guys obviously along with. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I think it was really fun for me to put together. Again, I want to be doing a lot more of these kinds of videos going forward, where I just kind of go out on a trip, document it, and then come back and share the experience with you guys. And for me, this was exactly what I want to be doing for the rest of this year. Stuff like this is really what I find a lot of enjoyment in. So let me know down in the comments if you guys have any maybe recommendations for places that you think I should go. I kind of already have a little bit of a roadmap plan for where I want to be going, especially in the summer. But overall, great trip. Can't wait to get back out again. But for now, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Now, this entire photo collection will be linked on my website down below. And speaking of websites, of course, today's sponsor is Squarespace, and I wanted to take a minute to thank them for being today's sponsor. Now, obviously, you guys know Squarespace has been a long-time supporter of this YouTube channel, and they really are the ones that enable me to get outside and make these videos for you guys. So props to them. I really have loved working with them throughout the years, and it really is just a super seamless integration into what I do as a creative. Now, Squarespace, again, by far is the best choice out there, I think, to make any sort of website, especially if you're creative or you're a filmmaker, you're a photographer, you're a graphic designer. I think in terms of the ease of use and, the ability to change things very easily on multiple different kinds of devices, your phone, your tablet, your computer, it just makes everything very easy to use and straightforward, especially for someone like myself who doesn't have like a web design background. I don't know how to code or anything like that. You don't need to know how to code to make a website with Squarespace. Makes it very simple and easy to use. Everything from kind of organizing the different categories of my work to e-commerce tools and different design choices. I think you can really find something for anyone who's looking to make any sort of website for their creative work. If you guys want to check the link down in the description, there will be a code to get 10% off your first website or domain purchase with Squarespace. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.